We're happy you're here too. Yeah, we do cooking classes every month, and uh, we've been doing some in-person classes as well with a teacher, Paul, who's been doing like a taste of China, different Asian cuisines. But yeah, it's really nice to have so many new faces. I see some attendees have been here, have taken a virtual class before. But yeah, we're so excited. We have been doing monthly virtual cooking classes, um, featuring different cultural cuisines or classes around local food. So we are so excited to have Desiree Draine here to teach our next class. And we're so happy all of you guys were able to grab your meal kits on Friday. Thanks for doing that. And we're going to make this as interactive as possible. So I will have my phone doing close-ups so that you can see everything. But we also have our static shots so you can kind of see the full picture of the kitchen. If at any time you have questions or you want to add to the conversation, we would love to have it be, again, as interactive as possible. So feel free to use the chat, or if you're confused or lost, let us know, and we'll get you right on track. Yeah, you guys all have recipe cards. I think there was a few of you that chose the vegan kit, so you'll have only a couple changes with your recipe. You'll use a egg replacer that will just need to be hydrated with a little water, which your recipe card has all the instructions for that. Yeah, this is an amazing vegetarian dinner. So by the end of the class, you'll have all of the dishes ready to eat. And if we finish some things early, we definitely, yeah, feel free to eat it up. And yeah, we'll do some cooking together, and we'll kind of go over all the dishes that we're gonna cook today. Desiree's gonna teach. But yeah, thank you again so much for joining us. I think we have almost everyone. There might be a few people that will come on later on, and if they do, that's great. But yeah, we're really excited to have you all. Welcome. For those of you that haven't met me before, my name is Sarah Buckman, and I'm the marketing manager, but I also do our facilitation for our cooking classes. And yeah, I've worked here at the co-op for about 9 years, so I've been really lucky to be working with amazing people like Desiree, and just having the chance to learn all of these different recipes from different community members. We're always looking to feature different home cooks or people that are passionate about cultural cuisine. So if you're ever interested in teaching a class, we're always interested in highlighting different people. But we are so lucky to be cooking with Desiree Draine. And Desiree and I met through email because Desiree moved to town, and she'll tell you a little bit more about her. But I'm gonna pass it off. But thank you, Desiree, for taking this time to teach us your amazing recipes.
Yes, ma'am. I thank you for being interested, and I thank everybody at home for being interested.
Yeah.
My name is Desiree Draine. I am from Gary, Indiana, through the South. My grandparents were deep Southerners, and they came up during the Great Migration to Gary, Indiana. So they brought all the food with them, of course. But my soul food was a little different from other people's soul food because we eat a lot of vegetables, like a lot. Like we used to actually have a man in town who was the fruit man, and he would drive around town and actually give us samples of fruits and vegetables. So that's how we got to liking things. We moved here in March. I have never heard of Urbana before. Urbana. I like Urbana better. And we were in Bloomington first, and people said, well, if you love Bloomington, well, you're just gonna love Chambana. We said, what's Chambana? And they said, well, let me show you. And when I got here, I was told the garden. Oh my goodness, there's these things called flower islands. I just think that's amazing. Yeah. Okay, the people are eclectic, and when where's what they want, they do what they want. There's so many babies. I have a lot of babies. I'm the mother of 9 children. Yes, they all have the same father. My husband and I planned a huge family on purpose, just because we wanted Thanksgiving feeling that, oh, you have someone to turn to, someone who loves to have 9 kids. They love gardening, they love vegetables, and they're just going to share this version because lots of people say, well, chicken fried steak. Well, yeah, but we like mushrooms in my house, except for my husband. But he'll still sneak a piece. So it doesn't matter that he says he doesn't like mushrooms. This one he always tries. The gravy, I think that gets it.
Oh yeah.
Common ground. Oh my goodness, I've never met such a great grocery store before. It's exactly like what my grandmother used to go to. You have everything local. You have everything in one building. This is mom and pop style. We love that. So common ground, be an owner. They love you. They'll take care of you. This is a great place to be. And it was the fresh produce that made me say, oh my goodness. I was in line checking out and I said, oh my goodness. You know what is vegetables? So you guys have all these vegetables that I remember. Beets, pickled beets, like I do so charcuterie trays that have the pimento cheese and beets and pickled okra and things like that. And I realized this is the place where you find all that stuff. Edible flour, shut the door. Edible flour,
Yeah,
things like that. Yes, beef bacon in case you're just not into the pork. Or in case some people assume that we're like vegetarian or vegan. No, we're just kind of plant-led because everything needs to plant. I don't even know how we don't know that. You can say, oh, this cow tastes great. Well, he ate great plants is why he tastes great, you know? So there's nothing wrong with these labels, but sometimes labels pack you in. Yeah. So now I have a child who may have a chicken, mashed potatoes, rolls, salad, corn. She wanted her chicken. We don't care. That's fine. You move that over, you give her more corn. That's all she wanted. My son wants 3 pieces of chicken. You let him have the chicken, but you make sure he eats his salad too.
Yeah.
My 11-year-old, you ask him what's for snack, he says, I need a water and some carrots. Dip if you have it. Don't worry about it. Still. And this is what we have to share this life. It's intuitive.
It's
So,
meeting. And
yeah.
I think it's amazing that you're introducing all these different vegetables.
I figured don't box them in. Even if I'm not particularly a fan of certain things, I'll give a little bit. Or even if a child won't eat eggs in any capacity, he won't eat them fried, he won't eat them boiled, etc. But give him the option to try. When I make eggs, I don't say you don't eat eggs. I'll give him a little bit and just say, try this. Super cheddar, try that. So I figured this is a great way to introduce different ways to use vegetables. Some people get bored. They say, oh, I've had all the salads you can get them. It's like, well, have you tried frying it, grilling it, smoking? Smoked cauliflower.
So good.
Change your world. A cauliflower in the air fryer, fry these things. Your world, change your technique.
And you're doing all of these different, we're going to be baking.
Yeah, we're baking, we're bringing, yeah, we're sauteing, stir frying, fry, stir fry.
Sarah, I'm so sorry to interrupt. A couple of us are having a hard time hearing. It's kind of muffled. So
Maybe I have a
little bit much out.
Is that a little bit better?
That is better. Yes.
I'm gonna put my kitchen towel over my shoulder and covering up.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Oh, no, really? Because if you can't hear me, I was talking useless. So yeah, perfect.
That's better. Thank you.
Do you want to introduce some of the dishes today?
So this one, so now, when I was growing up, it was just called cucumber tomato salad. But once I was doing a little, like I'm a gastronomist. It's not just about the food on my plate. I want to know where it came from, what it does to you, where it was grown, where it came from. So now in Africa, particularly West Africa, this is a dish, but it's almost like pico de gallo. So if you go there, you take your tomato and you chop it up like pico de gallo. But since it's southern, everything's bigger than the south. It's big chunky. So you're gonna have your thin sliced onion, you're gonna have your chunks of cucumber, your chunks of tomato, and my grandmother always did it with a little bit of vinegar, pinch of sugar, little salt, little pepper. That's the end of that. Your sauteed cabbage. We had cabbage all the time. So now the typical person who loves soap would say greens. We love it. We love kale, we love mustard and all that. But for all under $1 a pound, this is your friend right here. This is user friendly. As long as it is clean, you are ready to go. As soon as it wilts, it's ready to go. adding a little flavor. Everything is about building up your flavor. Okay? Come over here. Now, we all say CFS is chicken fried steak. Well, we're gonna go with portobello mushrooms. And if you've ever had just fried mushrooms with that ranch dip and then marinara, you're gonna love this guy here. Okay? So that guy, we're gonna keep them like any other fried food. You're going to egg and flour, you're going to fry, you're gonna let it rest, and then it's up to you whether you want your gravy on top or beside for dinner. Sweet potatoes, of course, the sweet potato, that is a southern thing like you wouldn't believe, but everyone likes to go candy potatoes. Which, yeah, that's fine, but we're trying to teach the kids not to have so much sugar.
Oh,
So,
candy.
candy, they call them candies.
Candy.
Or
Yeah.
some people, when they just say sweet potatoes, they mean candy, so you take in the brown sugar and the butter and all that. But that's a little bit much sometimes. Oh, if you're in a hurry even. It takes time and care.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking roasted. Everyone can do that. Let those natural sugars caramelize. Come in with salt and pepper. Come in with brown sugar. Whatever you want. So that's what you want. So basically everything we have here, very nutritious, but it's going to be delicious. Is what we're going to do.
And I think there was a couple things that when we were building your kit, my coworker and I, we added a lot of salt and pepper so that you can use it for tasting. Oh. How is it now? Can you hear me okay? Let me just let me make sure our mic is on just a little bit better.
Yeah, I think it's only picking up from the computer because when Desiree turns around towards the cupboards, we can't hear. And then
Okay.
maybe if the mic, if it's not the mic may need to be a little bit lower so that as she turns her head, it'll pick it up a little bit more. So
I'm gonna
maybe
move. I'm gonna turn the microphone up even a little bit more.
Like right there, Sarah, we hear you really, really well.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's
I
from
know
the
that's not
computer, but
practical
I don't
spot.
think her personal mic that she's wearing is on.
Okay. I'm sorry about that. It's possible that the Bluetooth, we've got these special little mics, and I'm gonna make sure that it's working. Just a moment. Let's see. Let me make sure that let's see. Sorry about this, guys. I'm just gonna make sure that the mic is all set up. Okay, it seems like it's not working as well. Let's see. I think it's supposed to. I know. We've got these fancy mics, but then sometimes they don't work. So I'm making sure that we can discover it. Okay. Well, I think what we'll do is we'll just bring this over. Well, I think what we'll probably do is we'll just bring the computer over a little bit and we'll do it that way. Okay, sorry about that, guys. We'll just speak a little bit louder. Okay, so I think for the first thing that we're gonna do is, should we talk about what pans they're gonna need?
Yes, you need a deep one for frying and one for sauteing. So you're gonna use one that's a little deeper, because if you always think safety. So you can say, oh, I'm gonna use my little short pan. That's great, but you can go a little bit deeper. Use your shallow one more for your sauteing. Do my cabbage. It is nice heavy. Hear that? Nice heavy bottom, or something non-stick. Okay. You want to keep your cabbage moving, because if your cabbage doesn't slide around nicely, you're gonna get some burning around the sides. This guy here, nice and thin, that's okay, because we're just frying a little bit, barely frying, like just, if you're a deep frying, not so good, or pan frying, so perfect.
Can you guys hear us okay?
Oh, yeah. Are we feeling?
How is it so far? Is it, you can hear me? Okay. We'll just be a little bit louder.
Okay, when it comes to this meal, I want everything to come together for you at the same time. So my suggestion is, one, we start our potatoes. We're gonna wash them, put them on the pan, or wrap them. Now the wrapping, the foil, that is a whole baking thing, or maybe even a personal cleanliness thing. Sometimes you don't want to clean that pan. You need your foil, we're gonna do both. So we're gonna wash these guys, put them in the oven. Then secondary, we're going to coat our mushrooms. If you fry anything, okay, you must bread it and set it to the side. Give it at least 10 minutes. You want that flour, your egg, your replacer even, to make a crust. So as it dries and sits, it forms that nice crispy, crunchy flavor that you're looking for. So potatoes first, bread those mushrooms. Then we're going to come over here and chop all of our comments and everything, because we want those to, that's the flavor of milk. And then you're gonna come in with your cabbage. And then last, we'll go back to the mushrooms, that other nice before you pop. Okay, that's what we're doing first.
So wash.
We're having a hard time hearing again.
Okay,
She
let
walked
me,
away.
I'll join the audio here. I'm sorry about that, guys.
Yeah. Your time together before I say anything else.
I'm gonna do my audio for this season.
Ah, okay.
But if you guys want to start washing your sweet potatoes.
Yes, that's what I'm doing. Nothing special, just Like any other potato, just they grow in the soil. Just make sure you rinse them really well. That's all. Sometimes I can come in a little bit of like a kitchen brush or something like that, a nice rough towel with those good Walmart rough towels. Now, when it comes to cooking your potatoes, size matters. Okay, so even though I know it's hard, we got you at 425 for 40 to 50 minutes. We're gonna start checking these guys halfway in because they're gonna be ready. Now, overcooking, over baking is not really a thing, but you can dry them out. So now this poor guy stays in here as long as this guy, he'll be all nice and tender, and that would be okay.
Okay. Just a moment. I'm sorry about that. I think we'll just have to use the desktop and we'll just water. I'm sorry.
Or important tool. You want the steam to come out because that helps with the whole cooking process. So nothing special. I'm just gonna come in here and get aggressive. I'm gonna come in here. I can do 5 times per potato. Even the little one. Just a few prayers. Just to make sure you get that steam.
And then what we should preheat to 425. So preheat your oven to 425. I'll do that right now.
And then I'm gonna keep it wrap for you guys. Nothing special, regular old oil. Lay that down. I like to put the shiny part on the inside, keep it reflective. So the dull side, shiny side. Put that one down. Use the big potato thing. Nice cute little pack. So I'm gonna leave him like that. So the other guys will see the difference. But the only thing is just a little more steam action. So I would say this one's gonna cook a little faster and be a little soft. These guys, though, they're gonna be extra delicious. Without the foil, those natural sugars begin to caramelize. You're gonna see them coming out the potato, and they're gonna be super duper awesome. So just kind of make them so they don't roll on you.
Cool.
And then I'm putting them all to the side.
Yeah. I'll open this for you.
Ovens have hot spots. So box oven, go in the middle and push all the way back as far as you can. Okay? All right, got those guys set up. Now we
Grab your portabella mushroom.
So your portabellas. And don't worry. Now listen, I'm one of those people that cooks by ancestral guidance. I do not use recipes. So I had to sit down and actually do this. So follow us closely, but if there's something you feel like you want to change, try it. You can do that. Do it my way. Because you can do it your way. You might want to change the seasons, you want to change what's going on. You can do that. Okay. So you have flour, got your pepper, your salt, mix the onion powder and garlic powder together.
Yeah, everybody got the same kit. So your onion powder and garlic powder already pre-mixed for you.
Your
Milk.
eggs. So now I know some of my friends are gonna have a milk replacement as well as egg replacement. Don't think too hard to where you only get that high, okay? Now these guys, they're pretty cool.
I don't think they've been rinsed yet.
Okay, so Mushrooms, be nice to them, they're your friends, you're not overcook them. Don't make it hard. Just use your hand to make sure any soil has come off because the way mushrooms grow. So we're just gonna slowly.
Just quick rinse of the
mushrooms. So I can just to show you like literally, we're just. You guys rub my hands. Turn them over. Same, that guy's rich. Same weather, these are pretty big, so you're going to have to clean. Just rub them, no brush, it is no in the brush. And that last in front here.
just a quick rinse.
Yeah. Nothing serious. You're going to put that over to the side. Okay, literally over to the side. All right, grab yourself a 9. Actually, I'm going to use a deeper bowl.
A larger bowl if you can.
Because when it comes to your flour, you may get that all over the place. So I use a bigger bowl for my flour. And then we have a nice shallow bowl here for your eggs and your milk. Okay. So how can you, where you're coming close?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do. Now, I know a lot of people are egg yolks come back right. You can use the whole egg and use just the white. However you feel, okay? Good. So now the recipe that I made, I was going to put white. But my grandmother is screaming in my head that she's the whole eater. I can hear it. So we crack. Well, I'm a one-handed cracker now. Feel free to use two, but I don't know those who need it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Get that.
Crack both your eggs into like a little bowl. It's got a, this will be for the breading.
Okay, so now there's no seasoning in this guy, okay? Gonna beat my eggs a little bit, and put the milk in there.
Whisk, is there, you just whisk until it's combined?
Yeah, whisk, we use word beat in my house. But now, so just a little bit to get those egg yolks broken. But if you have an egg replacement, it's actually a little bit easier to do.
Nicole says the recipe card says white. We use the whole egg.
It's whatever you want, because you just want something sticky, is all they were going here. So I'm using the whole egg so to hear my grandmother screaming in my head. But for most recipes, just for color consistency or preference, just the white. It's whatever you want, as long as something's nice and sticky to hold on that flour.
Nicole says, gotcha.
There you go.
Add your milk.
Yep. Now, you're just going to combine your milk and egg together until they have this nice color for you. So that way it's not just all white in one spot. Make sure you get that all together there. And no special skill. Like my son does it like this. I do it like that. However you feel. Okay. And I would say you can stop right there. There's something that feels nice and combined. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We're gonna take that out. Put this down.
And then you'll need like a larger bowl.
Yes. All right. So your big old bowl here. Is where you're going to take your flour and dump that out. Flour.
Hey, sorry to interrupt again. The computer will need, it's only picking up like right in front of the computer, like not to the side or to the left or to the right. So if we move out of frame, we're not hearing you guys at all.
Totally.
At least I'm not.
Okay.
So I don't know, there's sometimes some settings on computers that will allow the surround to pick up versus just right in front. So sometimes you use that for office for the right in front, and then the surround is if you're like in a meeting.
Aren't you helpful? I love it.
I've had a lot of Zoom. I've worked for a company that was regionally based, so we did a lot of Zoom even before COVID. So
Okay.
I'll see if I can work on getting our mic set up a little bit better.
Yeah.
too.
And then I'll make sure I lean a little bit so that we can see.
okay, so I missed what you were doing earlier. So just put the flour in the big bowl. Is that it?
That's it. Just dump the flour in a big bowl. And anything else. Yeah.
All right,
That's all.
thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Now you're gonna come in with your onion powder and your garlic powder. Just throw that in there too, because we're gonna mix everything together. Okay. So now salt and pepper. This is a total preference thing. Okay. So now I understand I have measurements here. Feel free to go with those. If you say well, that seems like a lot of salt. You don't have to. It's all what you feel like you would like. But the whole point is just get that flavor of onion, garlic, salt, and pepper together. That's it. So wait, check out how I measure, guys. I sprinkle, I sprinkle till it looks right. I come in with the salt, same thing. But even with your salt, I would suggest maybe a little bit of measuring there and come in with your spoons. So 1 teaspoon of salt, not a lot. But because you know what, you're gonna have a little salt in your gravy, and you can always hit a little bit on your table. So when you get it on your plate, you can say, oh, that's under seasoned, no problem. Mushrooms, again, are very forgiving. You don't need too much salt, you don't need too much seasoning, but if you want extra, go for it. All recipes are merely suggestions. All right, now, for mixing, I just use a regular old fork. You can come with another whisk if you like, but the fork will do it. And you're just mixing it together. So your seasoning doesn't look like it's in one spot, and it's gonna be a little hard to tell with your garlic powder and things. So just, I say if you did this, like circular motion, a good 10 times, you've mixed it together. Okay. I'm gonna get empty containers out of the way so you can see. All right, now comes the fun part. You got your flour.
Hey, I think I figured it out. I'm sorry, guys. We finally got the mics all working. So, wait, is this better for you guys? I think this should be better. I think finally our mics are hooked up the right way.
Okay, you know what? I will need a plate. So
You
after
got
your
it.
bread, now you can get fancy and use your wire wraps. But if not, a plate just fine. Don't even think too hard, okay? A nice large size plate though.
Larger
No,
than this?
that's actually
Okay.
fine. No, for what we're doing here. Okay, so I'm gonna do this so I can get you guys to see what we're doing. So
Cool.
you take your mushroom here. You're gonna put him in the flour first. So now, one hand, dry hand, wet hand. This one's gonna be the messy one. This one's gonna be more dry hand, okay? So now you're gonna put him in the flour first, just to give him a little dredging. And now you see that guy. Now you come over here in the egg and then flip them. You drop them in, flip them, just like you would do anything you're breading, right? Then you bring them back to the flour, okay? And this is have kids do this, they'll love it. But no licking, no licking. Okay? And it doesn't have to be perfect, okay?
That looks good.
Just nice and breaded. Put him over to the side. We're gonna let these guys sit while we do some other things. So same thing, and then flour first. Just for a little covering. You're building here. You know what? Flavor period is just all about building. Okay? Shake him off a little bit. Into your egg. Into your egg. And then back in your flour.
I didn't know you do too. That's a great idea.
That's great. We're going for crunchy. You know, crunchy seems to be a comforting
Yeah.
thing for everyone. And a lot of Southern cooking was about being comfortable because people were uncomfortable. There was no other way to say it. It's hot. We're trying to figure out how to work the land. You need something that feels nice and homey.
Yes.
So last guy. And you see, in case you need to answer your phone, talk to someone, you still have one clean hand. And I've noticed that sometimes people, they use a lot of flour. You really don't need that much.
Just to cover it.
Yeah, just to cover it. Okay, same thing. We're gonna take him into the eggy, flip him over, and back into that. And that was just the right amount of flour.
Yeah,
You guys
it
noticed
was.
that was just. Now feel free to use more. You can say, "Oh, I don't like that. I want a little bit more in there." That's fine. But just the whole thing and just cook conservation. Nothing but Southern cooking.
Yeah.
To have fat, you had to milk, you had to render an animal. Have flour, you had to go ahead and chop something. We don't want to waste if we can help it.
That's great.
All right, take all this stuff over to your bag.
And you said that letting it, flouring it and then letting it sit really allows it to,
With that formula process. So now, when I've got the flour and the egg together, it's kind of creating a paste in its own little way. And as it dries a little bit, that's gonna help it stick. So
Mm,
now if I took those guys and just put them in the oil right now, more than likely that bread is gonna slide right off.
yes,
So if you've ever had anything breaded and it's sliding off, they didn't let it sit long enough. You know, that happens maybe sometimes with the overcooking, but usually,
that's
It's
what
because-
that's what I've been doing wrong.
oh,
Yeah, my breading always comes off, and it's because I'm not letting it
yeah.
sit.
So like now, you guys are literally just gonna put that over the side.
Okay,
We're gonna run back right now. Now, what I suggest everybody does now, is get the cutting board out, or cutting board, nothing, I use a plate, okay?
Jake says this is such a good tip. I didn't know that, and then Sarah says, Same.
Yeah, so I think I learned this place to work at a place called Sharks. And all they did was fry things. Oh my goodness, it smelled like grease when you walked in, but delicious treat.
Oh yeah.
And that was the biggest tip. And then I started looking up. I don't believe anything I'm told, nothing, okay? I look up, even what I'm saying, look it up, okay? And that's actually, it's just chemistry,
Yeah.
that's all.
Yeah.
It's flour, get the stuff. Even if you were making like a maracas, we used to use flour and water to make a maraca.
Oh, what's a marker?
Shaky.
Oh, maracas. Yeah, yeah.
So you take a light bulb, cover it in flour, water, and newspaper, then break it and
Yeah.
make a maracas. Same principle. You want that flour and whatever activator, in this case, egg, and it just forms the crust. That's it. That's
Oh
all
my
you're doing.
gosh. Yeah.
All right,
So
cutting
those are
board.
sitting.
Yeah, those are sitting over to the side. Now, rinse all your vegetables. Always rinse. Even if you got them from the store, lovely, lovely people, we always rinse.
They've gone through hands.
Just for health. Yes, yes. They've gone through human hands, and animals like to sniff around sometimes.
They
in the garden.
do.
I came out to the garden the other night and I found a squirrel standing on top of the tomatoes. I don't know why he was standing on top of the tomatoes, but he
Oh my gosh.
they want to rinse them.
The squirrels here are another.
They're something else.
They are.
They are. They're eating through pumpkins. Oh, we have pet squirrels in the backyard. When we throw stuff out, they can actually come out.
So I have to tell you that there's a teacher, Sarisha, who teaches our Indian cuisine classes, and she was so excited to see your recipes. And she always gets a kick out of seeing other cultural recipes, because she sees the links to Indian cuisine, and she says that Kachumbari is a very similar recipe, but it's in Indian.
Yes.
But she was just like, oh, it's so cool to see Kachumbari and
I
Kachumbari.
realized that it's just like with people, we put people in boxes, and that's not the same thing. You can find the same recipes from
Yeah.
Africa to
Yeah.
Asia to Britain, etc.
Totally.
It's all called something.
Yeah.
Like even this, if you take this to Mexico, it's pico de gallo now.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it. It's everyone has the same materials, just how they do it and what they call it, something different.
Yes.
Now, when it comes to the onion, I tend to cut my onion underwater. Now, we all understand the whole tier thing.
Oh.
I tend to start it under the water.
Oh wow.
So I'll rinse the water, watch your hand.
What? Oh my gosh, I didn't know that. That's great.
And then you'll not maybe eliminate, but reduce.
Found.
All right, take off that skin. Okay. We'll clean that up later, don't panic.
So how big are you gonna chop the
I am
onion?
going to chop this in half. Oh, wait, got a little skin left there. We're gonna chop in half. And then in half again. And then come in.
Oh, slice it like little
just little
slices,
Yes, thin ones.
like as thin as they can go, or
As thin as you can get it. Because no one really enjoys, like, well, now my grandmother does. She loves a good onion.
does
okay?
she?
I love you.
Hi, I love you too.
But just to keep the people happy, we go as thin as we can get, which is less than an inch. But our safety,
Yes,
please be safe.
yes,
Thin as you can do. And you don't even have to do it that way. You could have turned it sideways.
yeah.
You could turn it sideways and just, however you want to handle that. Now, this is a lot of onion. Okay, so I would say maybe that half was good enough, unless
Okay.
you're making more for someone.
So leave the other half out if you want.
Because we're here, it's only the two of us. We're not gonna get too serious.
If they want to add all the onion, can they?
You can. It's all about preference again.
What flavor are you looking for? Do you like that oniony flavor? Somebody might say, oh, I only want a quarter of that onion. That's okay. But just in my house, this is how we do it.
Half onion.
Okay. So
Mhm.
now when it comes to your tomato, same thing. Half, and then chop.
Oh, so like slices.
Yep.
Cool.
Just you literally slice them.
I love that. I love the white vinegar instead of like if people to Guyana, they would do like
A
maybe
lime.
lime or lemon.
Mhm. And you know what? We've tried that before too. Again, preferences. We've tried lemon, we've tried lime, and that's when you realize that's where you cross your cultural boundaries.
Yeah.
So
right.
now it tastes a little Latin because of the
Right.
lime.
With the
It's a little
vinegar.
French even.
Yeah.
Like, okay, something else in cooking. Everyone has a holy trinity. So in
Yeah.
the garlic, the onion, the bell pepper, in every culture, they have these things, these aromatics that start
Yeah.
the whole thing. So you're salivating and you're in love with this recipe before you even gotten started.
I love it.
So just don't bind yourself. Recipes are merely suggestions. Once you realize what you like, go for it. Like, you know what you can do? You can even come in with Italian dressing. Balsamic.
Yeah.
Ooh. A Greek one, you know?
We've had one of our teachers says that the best marinade that he chooses for his chicken is Italian dressing.
Yes, yes. And I think when you think the chicken is done, that it cooks a little bit more, the caramelization is
Mhm.
delicious.
Yeah.
Oh, these are smell.
Has anyone made the Kachumbari dish before? Are
I've
there
even
any
seen it.
or yeah, anyone seen this dish before?
Okay, last tomato.
So just all the tomatoes.
Mhm.
And then cucumber, you slice this kind of the same way.
Yes. Now, when it comes to cucumber, I like to keep the skin on it,
Okay.
but you could skin him a little bit if you like to. I just cut off both ends. You don't have to. These are just things that I do
Yeah.
for just aesthetic reasons.
Yeah.
That's all. So now, since he is kind of small,
Mhm.
I'm just going to chop. If he was
Okay.
bigger than this, I would
Okay.
go ahead in and cut him in half first.
It's gonna be so colorful.
Yes, the beauty of it. Can I tell you, I'm not professional here. I'm telling you guys, like everyone's like worried about the size of the chop. No, guys, you just want it to go in your mouth. That's all you want. If you want to fit in your nice little mouth.
Oh yeah.
So see how thin I went with that guy?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Nothing serious at all, guys.
Looks great.
I love being in common ground. It smells so good in here.
Yeah.
Even I don't know what that sound was.
I don't know. We've got some customers with kiddos.
Yes, and I love that the kids are peeking in the room. What you doing in there? Oh my goodness, your kids, even if they aren't cooking with you, just to sit there,
Yeah.
oh, they're gonna love it. Okay. Now, even if you say, "Oh, I don't like that," you could come in again, chop that guy in half.
If you
You
feel
could
like
do
it
that.
needs
You
to be
could have
chopped
said, "Oh,
further.
it needs to be chopped again." The little ones,
Yeah.
you know. So if I was going to do this and say, "Oh, my 3-year-old was eating with me," I might even cut that in quarters. It's
Yeah.
completely okay.
Yeah.
All about you. Okay, we got those guys in there. Scraps, feel free to eat those scraps. There's nothing wrong with them. Okay,
Okay. And
Now
then
we're gonna go.
then they get
we're gonna make your vinaigrette. Okay, because you kind of want that to go. Oh, garlic, salt,
Garlic.
pepper. Now you're bringing out your salt and pepper again. You're bringing out your sugar. Nice cane sugar. Look how pretty it is. Your white vinegar. Now, white vinegar is just because that's what's normal. Like that's your basic thing. Don't waste your balsamic. Don't waste your apple cider vinegar. Plain
Yeah.
old white vinegar. Okay?
Yeah. And get a little bowl.
Yep.
Do they just get a spoon or a whisk or?
When it comes to this one, a spoon will do you just fine.
Okay.
A spoon or fork, anything that gets you.
Get you a spoon. You got
Right.
one?
You got the one earlier.
Perfect.
So just regular old spoon. Now, when it comes to your garlic, we're gonna smash. We're gonna smash. Be gentle. Take your knife. Take your heel of your hand. Smush it till you hear it crack.
Activating it.
Yes. Yes. So now that skin will slide right on off for you. Oh wait, I'm trying to use your camera. We'll slide on off for you. Don't need that.
Sam says, I'm from Texas, so it reminds me of Pico.
Yes.
My name is Sam. I'm with Jake, who's doing the hard work. He. Like, so you guys are doing a duo.
I like that.
Yeah. How many of you guys are cooking with another person?
You know what? That's some of the best things ever. We have someone in the kitchen with you.
Yeah.
My husband, even if he doesn't know what's going on, he'll stay in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Come on, guys, just hang out together.
Okay.
So now I'm using sort of my professional technique. I'm putting my garlic down, okay? But I'm rocking. I'm just pushing it up and down as I push the garlic through. I'm just slowly pushing the garlic through, and then hands-free, take all that down and just rotate and just.
You want to, like,
You're mincing.
Mincing?
Basically. So wait, you can tell I've been talking to children. It's tiny pieces, okay? But what you're doing is mincing your garlic nice and fine, because while garlic is lovely, a mouthful of it is not necessarily where you want to be in life. So just come through and get as tiny as you can get. And you know what's fresh garlic is awesome, but you know what? If you're ever in a pinch, go ahead with the garlic powder.
Yeah.
Go ahead, maybe
Yeah.
2 tablespoons of garlic powder. Okay.
Mhm.
So put that into your bowl. Okay. Quick rinse. I'm gonna need that knife again. So we're
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
rinse that guy off.
How you guys doing?
Okay so far? I hope so. All right. So now you're gonna take your white vinegar and just pour that in
Yeah,
there.
we pre-portioned that already.
Yes.
When
When it comes to your salt, I mean like literally a pinch. Did you know a pinch was an actual measurement?
yeah.
A pinch is actually an eighth of a teaspoon. Oh, so your pinch of salt.
Great.
Okay. Hop back on that because your salt will get clumpy on you. It attracts
Okay.
humidity.
Yes.
Same thing for the pepper, you know. Instead of a pinch, I may go in with your
A quarter teaspoon?
make sure it's right.
Yeah,
I don't measure. I
You
have
have a quarter
that.
teaspoon there.
I did. I had it in my hand. So that's your black pepper.
Okay.
Okay. Top on that. What else do we have next?
We
are
sugar.
onion. We got
1.5
sugar.
to 2 teaspoons sugar.
Now again, there's that preference thing again.
Yeah.
I don't like anything too sweet, so I'm going to go in with a quarter. But if you're somebody who likes that, then you would come in with your half.
Yes, this is 1.5 to 2 teaspoons.
Yeah, so it's kind of however you want to go with that. So I'm going to come in with a half. Very simple. That is the end of that right there. Now your olive oil, you only need a tablespoon of that. Now olive oil, my preference of oil, you can use avocado. The only thing I wouldn't do is coconut.
Yeah.
Because this is going in the refrigerator, it's going to California. So I wouldn't say go that, but go with any oil that stays liquefied at room temperature. Okay, so you're gonna come in with that one, and
1
that was a
tablespoon.
tablespoon. That's your big boy. Okay. That's all you need. But you know what? Olive oil, avocado oil, because it's a good fat.
Yeah.
You know, there's bad fats and good fats.
Mhm.
Good. Okay, put that down.
Oh.
You just gonna mix. That's until you feel like it's doing okay? We'll come over here to your vegetables. I suggest giving them a little stir, a little mix up before.
Now the potatoes.
Yes, your potato should be starting to smell interesting now. All right, come in with your dressing.
Mm.
Okay. Meat. And then toss.
Looks great.
Ah, thank you. Now this guy, I say put it in the refrigerator.
Mm.
Now they can sit at room temperature, but I just like it cool.
Yeah. There was a Greek teacher that made something similar, but with more like a Greek oregano and another. And he also recommended putting his cucumber tomato salad in the fridge.
Yep, just let those flavors melt for a second. And that, okay. That's out of your way. We're gonna clear out for a second.
I'll go take a look at some of you guys got big sweet potatoes, some of you guys got little ones. So Do you wait until they're really soft and squishy? Is that what you're
I
looking
would
for?
say use your fork to test your tenderness. When your fork goes in smoothly and comes out, you're ready. So
Okay,
I would suggest that just to double check your potato real fast.
let's take a look.
So let's take our fork. You see how that?
Ooh.
You see how easy that fork went in?
And then maybe those guys are
I think these guys will be able to-
done. I can help take them out.
Yeah, I'd say those 4 little ones should come out. Okay.
So take a look at your sweet potatoes. See if they are squishy.
And if they're not, they'll be okay. Let them keep cooking. Yeah, these guys.
Put them on a little tray.
Yeah. And now I'm adventurous.
Are you?
I'm adventurous. I've been cooking so long that that's not hot to me. So even I might even squeeze them a little bit. But your
Okay.
fork is your safest way to do
They
it.
still
Okay, you
need
see
some
these
time.
guys, they're coming. You see how I can make the indentation? They're
Yeah.
coming. Even if you say, I take the upper side of my fork
Oh,
and
clever.
see if that's
Clever.
not mushy. We're gonna put it back in. Now use your mitts to put that back in the oven. Don't free that.
You want your hands to survive dinner.
Be safe.
Oh,
Clear your space
okay.
out so we have a couple
So that's done.
potatoes. We got that started. Now we're gonna get started on our sauteed cabbage. Technically stir fry.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna get this stuff out.
And we've got like a nice stainless steel pan, but you know, whatever you have, that would be maybe a longer pan, wider pan.
Because you're gonna do whatever you
That's what we're using.
So try to have as large of a pan you can. And guess what? If you have a small pan, you can do that.
Okay.
So you don't want to overcrowd your pan.
How's everybody doing? Where are you guys at? Cooking away, I'm
Yeah, any questions, any problems, just let me know. Even if you have a curious question, if you want to know about dairy or these recipes, I'm okay with that, okay? Okay, so now cabbage time. Don't turn on anything else, you're just prepping, okay? So now, these are huge, they're healthy, okay? They've already been cut in half. I'm gonna come in on the edge. I'm gonna put my hand on it to secure and then start chopping. You know, when it comes to knives, sharp. You need a good sharp knife to prevent.
Mm-hmm. We've got a guy, Lawrence, he's a professional knife sharpener,
Oh
and
my
he comes.
goodness, he's here every
Yeah,
day.
yeah, for the most part. He went on vacation. He goes to France to bike ride. I know. And eat cheese and wine. It's amazing. But when he's not in France, he has knife sharpening here in the classroom on Saturdays. I think he'll be probably back regularly maybe in December or January, but oh man, he's the best. If you need contacts, you need his email to drop off knives to get sharpened. It's like $4 for a paring knife and maybe $7 for a big chef's knife, but it's so worth it, especially with the holidays coming up. So
Okay, just something to put my
Nice
cabbage in. Just
slices.
gonna move it over to the side. And then you're gonna come in and do your bell pepper next.
Sam says he's so helpful. Sharpened knives equals game changer.
Yes, very much so. Very.
I will put his email in a chat. Just a moment. I'll find that really quick.
All right, bell pepper time. Pull off the top. Top in half. And then we're gonna cut out those slices, cut around the edges. And take that whole part out. And then I'm gonna rinse to make sure I don't have any more tiny seeds hanging out. And these are seeds. Feel free to plant. Like literally, you can take that whole guy there, take him out to the garden.
Okay, I'm putting his email. This is Lawrence. He does the knife sharpening, so you could email him about possibility of dropping off some knives to get some knives sharpened.
Okay. Now while this is a sweet pepper, that white part can be bitter. So we're gonna just trim that off.
Or if it's really a spicy pepper, they say all of our cooks say that pith that white part is where all a lot of the capsaicin is concentrated.
Yes, those seeds in that white part.
Yeah.
Okay, do this other guy. Real gentle.
Mm.
Watch your finger.
The smell of green pepper is always so fresh.
That and cucumber.
Yes.
Okay, so now I'm gonna put it cut side up.
Cut that up.
Stability.
Yeah.
That's it. I just want it to be a little more stable.
I do that too. I just feel like it's a little easier to chop it.
I've seen people do it the other way, and it's like, oh, it's so brave.
Yeah. It gives you kind of some friction. So just some slices, just like you did the cabbage.
Just slices. I'm just doing nice long. That's it. Nice.
I'm just putting them both into a bowl.
Yeah, because they're cooking together.
Okay. How are you guys' sweet potatoes coming? Still need time. We're using a convection oven, so sometimes our oven is really fast. Some of you who've gone to, I think, Kayla or other folks that have joined our cooking classes in the past, our ovens are usually a little bit quicker.
You know, rest older ovens actually cook a little slower just because they're aging.
Yeah, mine at home, definitely. Mary says, still need time. Mine were big. Yep.
Yep.
We have-
Okay. Patience.
So
All
you're
right. I'm just rinsing my cutting board real quick.
Good.
That's all. Okay. Now, clean up your area. Always clean up as you go if you can. For the show, we're gonna wait a little bit, but when you're on your own, try to clean up as much.
Yeah,
That way you won't have so much going on.
totally.
All right.
The broth powder, is a little different. We did the powdered broth, so you're gonna have to hydrate it. And we give you enough broth powder for both recipes. So I believe it's 2 tablespoons for 1 cup of water. So let me double check on that. Because we're going to use it for the mushrooms, and we're also going to use it for our sauteed cabbage. So yeah, the conversion is 2 tablespoons per cup of water. So this one for the sauteed cabbage, you're going to want to take 2 tablespoons of the broth powder and then put 1 cup of water. And then that will leave you a bunch more tablespoons for the country fried steak.
Yes, you can, again, if you say you want a little bit more flavor, go for it. But this is just to make sure you have a decent flavor.
Yeah.
Okay. So now I say heat up the pan.
Okay. Medium heat, I'll help you with this.
I say go medium because you want it to cook thoroughly, but not too fast.
Okay.
Okay. So I say make sure there's no water in your pan. No.
And ours sets up a little bit hotter. Ours gets hotter quicker.
Okay.
But we can turn it down when we need to.
Okay.
And then
With your, how much oil did we say there? 1 teaspoon. Be careful when you open your containers, guys. If you squeeze those, you might get yourself a little surprise.
Yep.
So, take the oil, let's brown it out in your pan. Oh, you can already hear it going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you want it you said medium high?
Medium high.
Okay.
And now I love wood, so I don't scratch up my pan. Okay.
Same.
So now I'm just taking the pan to make sure I'm evenly coated.
Okay. I'm going around.
Okay. So just pull it around a little bit. Okay. Now you're gonna come in with this handful.
Okay.
And this is why your pan is so.
Yeah, all of the cabbage that was coming in for the most part was like 4 pounds each. So we split them up in half. You guys have still plenty of cabbage, but
Okay.
and then Just a moment. Did we add onion to the cabbage? I think we might add it. Just a moment. Let's get you some water. Yeah. So I'm just gonna stir this up a little. See. We didn't do the onion. Should we? We're gonna chop the onion. All right.
All right, so now, if my other onion was a little big, I'm gonna use that leftover one. And now this one, it almost does not matter. Let it go, it's a little medium sized piece of meat. So I'm not mincing, I'm just chunking it out. Get it?
Chunking? Cool.
Yeah, look, you should love my term. We're gonna
Chunking
chunk it out. Okay, and I like to get the cabbage started first because it's gonna take longer. Onions don't take that long at all. You see how that is? And don't worry about having like a sharp flavor because you're about to mellow that out. When you cook an onion, oh my goodness, it mellows out. You go sweet onion. So now, whenever you see an onion, it's caramelized.
Oh yeah.
Sugars come out of there, okay? Okay, so now we're gonna come in and just put that guy right on top. Nothing special, right on top. Okay. Now, your spice mix, yes. So now your spice mix, that is your sea salt, seasoning salt, garlic powder, onion powder, black pepper, and cayenne pepper. You know, I'm pretty sure you're like salt and seasoning salt. Seasoning salt is totally different. It's seasoned. It has a little paprika in there, a little bit of sugar in there. It has its own spices in there. So we use a little bit of both, but so dimensions on your plate, okay? So now, sprinkle. Now, you know what? Don't come down here. If you bring it up a little bit, it actually
Spread that
it
more.
spreads better. Your coverage is different instead of just a big pile somewhere, okay? So put that guy in there. Hold your pan. Yes. Fold, whatever word you like to use. Technically, you're folding.
Yeah. I turned it down a little bit just because our pan gets a little hot.
And it's also are not created equal. So we had I think it was 10 more. We switched to hot point and oh boy, it's hot.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm saying medium. Watch your own personal.
You want it a little hot, little higher
just
here?
a little higher so you can kind of hear it.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
so you can hear that it's doing something. And then I'm just making sure my seasoning is incorporated. And then actually ignore it a little bit. Anything you cayenne pepper. Okay. It happens.
Yeah.
Now, no need to cover. No need to cover.
Okay.
Just let that do its thing, okay? Take that over to the side. You know what? This would be a good time, actually, real quick, to go ahead and make your broth, okay?
Okay. So 2 tablespoons with a cup of water.
So we're going to go ahead and do that.
And I've got, here's a cup.
Wait, and there's another reason why people have so many of everything. You see, I keep
I know.
rinsing and drying. I don't really have 3 or 4 measuring cups. I have tablespoons of like Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
So, his middle tablespoon, his ears, a quarter teaspoon.
That's perfect.
Beautiful. Okay. Once again, guys, nothing fancy. The only thing I kind of do suggest is to put in your water first because with powder, if you put the powder in first, sometimes it's hard to mix it. Even with baby formula. I discovered this with baby formula. If you put the formula in first and then the water, it kind of starts to set up like our mushrooms are doing in the bottom. Put your liquids in first. Okay. Now, whatever water you want, alkaline, salted water, bottled water.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, the funniest thing in the world is one of my kids helped make a bottle
Oh.
and they've done it the wrong way. So they're shake. My phone, like, you know,
Let's see. I'll get you another one.
God knows to get you this earlier. Yes, sir, I thought of it. Use a big enough container, my friends. Okay, so now you come in with your broth powder. 1 and 2. And that is the great thing about this kit. You're going to have extras that you can figure out fun stuff to do with or do the recipe again. So now, nice and slow, not too quickly, because you're splashed and messed up your pretty little clothes.
Yeah, this is just bulk powder from our, this is a broth powder from our bulk batch.
Okay, so now common ground. Another thing awesome about them, if you just needed a little bit, just a tiny bit, you can come and get just that tiny bit. They have these cute little containers, these cute little bags.
Yeah,
But you take I like cumin.
I
Or
know.
come in here and get yourself an ounce worth of cumin instead
Yeah.
of that 5, that big old bottle.
It'll take you like 2 years. to
Yes,
get that.
especially if you don't know you like it,
Right,
So
right.
don't go in there and you've got all the stuff that you're not using. It's all about you. Okay, I'm tapping up my olive oil because I'm like, okay, now listen to me. I have to clean up as I go because I'll knock something over. So, dinner's beautiful, but there's flour on the floor, there's oil over there, there's an egg back there. Okay, so get out of your own way when it comes to cooking. Okay.
Yeah,
Now, are these recyclable? That's a great question.
they are. We can save them to the side and rinse them, and then you can recycle them.
Now I'm a reuser from way back. This container, I'll rinse it. It'll be hoisin sauce, barbecue sauce, ketchup, all that stuff like that.
Perfect for
Baby food
lunches.
chart. Let me tell you guys, because the new Gerber baby foods, they're plastic little containers, or even if you go to Meijer,
Yes.
get those. They're different cups.
Yeah.
Don't buy plastic cups. Don't ever do that. Okay, we're gonna set that over to the side, and now we're just gonna stir some more.
Little more heat.
You're not gonna stick. No, good. Slowly, because the race on this. So because if you turn it up, your edges may start to brown before you're
Okay.
done.
Yeah.
So just nice and slow. Turn it every time you think about it. Because right there, you smell a little right here. He's already in there. Now he's not burnt. He's fine, but we don't want the whole pot to go that
Right.
way.
I think I overheat my cabbage.
Really?
I think I overcook it. Or I start it too hot and then it loses all its water. And then it's just dark.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got you.
But this looks great.
You know already.
Yeah.
So nice and slow because you're slowly steaming it in a weird way. So you're stir frying, yes, but it's using its own water
Mhm.
to thoroughly cook. Okay. Oh my goodness, I just love this. Okay, so now this would be a good time to maybe peek at your potatoes.
Yeah.
Give them a little
Take a look.
see what they're doing over there.
There's always a big puff there.
Yes, but even your conventional oven, you need to open it, be careful. Okay, so now same thing. Oh, see, that's a little, you know something else weird? I can still do this.
Yeah.
I need him to slide all the way up. The one in the coil is actually further than his, but his legs, what you see is the caramelization coming out.
Yeah. A little longer.
Yep.
All
Yep,
right.
yep. You
So
know what?
take a look at your.
I hope you guys are having fun.
Yeah.
I'm having a good time.
Check your taters.
Yep, check your taters. Whenever you think about your little cabbage, turn him over. Okay? You guys could actually be done with this, I would say maybe an hour. And that's only because you're waiting for potatoes to cook. So that's it. Okay? So now what we're gonna do is just, I don't want to put my
Waiting for the broth.
broth in. I want my broth to be in at the very last minute. So like when I'm
Okay.
sure that everything's nice and soft the way I want it, then I'm gonna put the broth in.
Okay. Once it's like mostly cooked all the way.
Yes, so I mean, and we're going by feel and look here, like you can kind of
Okay.
tell, like as you do this, you can feel, oh, you can almost hear it.
It's still crunchy.
Yeah, you can kind of still hear it, okay?
Okay.
And you're not abusing it because we're chopping it up anyway, but that's a good way to see if it's there. And when in doubt, take a little piece out and try, you know?
Yeah.
You can do that. That's
Try it.
okay. It's okay.
Try it out.
That's not, you know, another good thing about working with vegetables, the lack of cross contamination.
I know.
So if that was chicken, it couldn't do that.
Right.
So yeah,
Right.
don't be down on your vegetables, friends. We love those guys. Okay?
Yeah.
So now I'm going to say move over to your mushrooms. Take a look at it. How do they look?
Oh yeah.
Have you guys noticed
Ooh.
how that's changed?
Yeah.
That's absolutely perfect. So we're going to put those down.
Take a look. Has yours kind of hydrated?
Yes. How do they look? Change? Now, I hope everybody's feeling okay out there. Let me know if we're going to.
Yeah, where you guys at?
And make sure everybody's with us.
Yep, I think.
So far, so good.
Let us know where you're at.
Yeah, and if you, it's all about you guys right now. If you need to slow it down or ask a question, do that. I love it. Wait, okay, don't forget, I'm a mom of 9. You can't annoy me. It's impossible. It's totally impossible. I was on the bus the other day, and this kid was just having a fit. And this woman next to me said, "You didn't even look. You just don't care about that child." I said, "No, it's a child. It's okay."
Yeah.
So
There's no
annoying
big
me,
deal.
you can't do that. Oh, you see my husband trying. He'll be coming behind me doing this. I'm not touching you. And it's like, yeah, whatever.
That's amazing.
I'm gonna get off that real quick, get back to class. When it comes to flipping your mushrooms now, if you're using oil, I think grab yourself a pair of tongs as opposed to a spatula. So if you took your spatula and flipped, you're gonna flat. I have to take your tongs and get and turn when it's time.
Okay, so tongs.
So let's take your tongs.
Mary says, I'm good, smiley face. Aaliyah says, I'm cooking cabbage though. I think I added my broth too early. That's okay.
And that's actually okay. That's completely okay. You can just keep going. That's okay. That is okay. Because most of it is personal preference, but just because I want to see how this pan, because I don't know this pan. Now, if I was at home, I would edit my broth already because I know what's going on. I don't know this pan in particular.
Sam and Jake say, oh, the subtle cayenne in the cabbage is so good.
Oh, taste testers. I love it.
Hey, Sam and Jake. Glad you guys are enjoying it.
I'm gonna have to come back. I don't know.
I
We're making next time.
know.
It's gonna be awesome.
I know.
Okay, that's.
I love how
Jimmy's
hydrated that is. That's amazing.
Yeah, yeah, that's, and I think that's the biggest thing of everything. Anything was ever done about 15 minutes.
Okay.
I would say that's where you're gonna go.
Mary says, I added some smoked paprika.
Oh, shut the door. Now you're smart. Ooh. Now smoked paprika, smoked salt, things like that. Then you're seafood. Wait, hold on, threw me off a little bit. That was okay. So now take the pan and we're going, I'm gonna say medium low. Now, this is just a mushroom. It's gonna cook up real fast. You don't need to go too high with that.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say
Medium
medium
low.
low.
All right. So a little less than our current.
Yep. Just a little less than the cabbage.
And then how much oil do you usually recommend?
Maybe about half a cup, I'd say. Because we're not deep frying here. Again, just a mushroom. It doesn't need much.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a cup. If you get enough.
I know there's some random ones in there actually.
And that's okay, because it's the fourth, that just needs 2 of those.
Okay.
Oil, more oil.
Well,
I realized.
there might be, you might need some, we've got a little bit more here.
Yes, I just realized that you might need a little.
But you might need to grab a little bit more olive oil or canola oil or vegetable oil.
Any oil, any oil.
How much more you think? Like,
So now that might have been a tablespoon. Let me see what a fourth looks like. Because
I'm gonna
usually I
scoot this
say a
over.
half, but we're gonna start with a fourth.
I'm gonna scoot you guys over so you can
Yes,
see.
on the other side of the stove. Okay, so that is a half right there. That is a fourth of a cup of oil going on there.
Okay, so 1/4 cup of oil you put in that pan.
Might do it. Or maybe if you're worried that's not enough, go a fourth and a half.
So if you have a little more olive oil or any liquid oil, sorry we didn't give you enough, but you can just put, you did a 1/4 of olive oil or any oil.
You know what? Since this is a mushroom, I've done these in butter.
Oh.
I've done them in shortening. If you have that coconut oil, now's a good time for that. That's perfect fine. So if you're in the kitchen right now going, oh my goodness, do not panic. Any oil, any butter, good enough.
Okay.
And watch, you see how that guy's heating up?
Yeah, it's getting, you can hear it.
Yeah. And you know, so you take something wooden, a toothpick or anything, and kind of just push it down in there.
Oh.
And when it starts to like it's frying, you're ready.
Oh.
So I would say give that a little more time.
Oh.
Would you see how now he's frying?
That's really interesting.
That's
I don't
how
know if
you
you
know-
guys can see that, but
Yeah. It looks
she
like it's
just put
frying.
the wood spoon in there.
Yeah, just use something wooden, a toothpick, a skewer, anything, and it looks like it's
Wow.
frying.
And it has a little bubbles on it.
Yeah, those little bubbles means you're already cracked.
Okay.
You're gonna take your mushroom and
Someone said, great tip.
I like to put them in bottom side down.
Bottom
Okay.
side down. Okay.
Doesn't make a difference. Mine just what I like to do. Don't worry if you have a little moisture in the plate and things. That's why we're going nice and gentle and
Ooh. I love
slow.
when you did bottom side. Yeah, gills down.
Gills down. There you go.
Sarah says, I always feel like I'm guessing with temp of oil. Not anymore.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad. So now, do nothing. Sometimes your crust gets disturbed because literally you disturbed it. Let them sit there. I'm gonna say
Okay.
give them maybe 2 minutes
Okay.
before you check on anything because I'm gonna keep saying this is a mushroom. He doesn't have to cook too much. So while he's doing something, come back over here and look at that cabbage.
Cabbage is looking good.
Oh yeah.
Does it need to turn down at all?
Nope, nope. You're
You're
good.
good?
Even the brown parts at the bottom, that's
It's
just
just normal.
You see, it's just fine. Now you see how it's like I run out of oil?
Yeah.
That's when I come in
Okay.
with the rock. But you
Okay.
did earlier, you didn't have that problem at all. So that's completely okay. It's just me. That was just my way of
That's
making sure that
clever.
my
It's
pan,
like when it's thirsty.
you
Yeah.
hydrate. Yes. I like this. We're actually, we have a group called the Lakeside Foodies because
Oh.
Gary, Indiana is a food desert. So I said, well, if you live in a food desert, just build an oasis. So that's why it's called Lakeside Foodies. You know, Lake
Love that.
Michigan, we're Lakeside.
I love that.
And you have to build up your pantry.
Mm.
So this is one of those things that works really well anytime. So you can cabbage keeps a pretty long time.
Yeah.
In the refrigerator or out the refrigerator. Onions you always have. Vegetable broth you always have. So Lakeside Foodies is where one of these recipes come from. We realized that our grandparents fed us particularly well, but not having a lot of money. And this is one of those things. Like my grandmother may come in here, I've seen the egg sausages, I've seen the egg potatoes, carrots, cauliflower, and any other vegetables that people like to taste good with cauliflower. I mean, with cabbage, put it in there. It's completely okay.
Mm. And then should I help make you some more broth for your mushrooms? When do you wait till these are, the broth is for
your
the gravy.
So yeah,
Okay.
so you're gonna completely fry, they're gonna be out of that pan,
Okay.
and then you're gonna come back with that broth. So actually, it's a good idea to real quick, that same container.
Okay.
Oh, and what did I say? Water first. Because you'll have a good time trying to mix. And I think a cup of broth is good enough for this too,
Okay.
unless you want extra gravy. Now, if you want extra gravy, go ahead.
Okay.
So we're gonna make up that next bit right
So
quick.
you're just making 1 cup of
Yes.
water.
1 cup of water for the broth with that 2 tablespoons of vegetable broth. Okay. And that's just
Mixing it. And then do you want me to
Sure.
heat up this a little bit more? You
Now-
want it sizzling?
yes.
out?
I
A
would say
little
now
more
you
sizzle?
guys see how those bubbles are slow. You want that to pick it up a little
Okay,
bit.
I'll
Because
pick it
other
up.
than that, you risk burning now to get to
Okay.
the brown level that
Yeah.
you want. You risk burning.
Okay.
So go ahead and turn him
Okay,
up
I'm
a
turning
little
him
bit.
up. Turning him up.
So even if you do know your stove, just choose indicators to tell you when it's doing something, you know. Like right there, I want that bubbling just a little faster than that. Now your cabbage, if your cabbage is getting the tenderness that you want, feel free to turn it off because anything that's cooking is gonna cook a little longer
Mm-hmm.
after you keep going. So after you turn it off, it's gonna keep going on its own. Okay, so after this, I would say I'd give this more, a couple more minutes and then turn it off
That's great.
because it's at the consistency I would say. You
Mm.
see how much that reduced?
So
All that
good.
we put in there reduced down.
So
So if
good.
you say, people, I would say think a half a pound per person because it's gonna cook down
Okay.
into this melt size. So you say half a pound per person, deal, that's a lot. Not when it cooks down, always remember
Yeah.
that, okay?
It's I don't know if you've seen there's like a funny joke on the internet where somebody starts with a pan full of spinach, and then the next photo, I think it's a meme, the next photo is the same pan, but they took all of the spinach out and they've just sauteed one leaf, and they're like, this is what you get. This is what you start with, a full bounty, and then you're left with like the
So your family likes this, and you have a big family like I do, oh, you're gonna need that. I probably would use what would be 8 pounds of cabbage for
Yeah.
my family of 10. basically.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
Everybody
Everybody
her baby, she's not eating cabbage.
Yeah.
But that would help a lot. So now we have a decent amount of broth in there.
Uh-huh.
And you'll see that caramelization
Yeah.
has come into your sauce.
Mm. Yeah,
See
that
You didn't
brown.
burn anything. That burning, no such a thing. What you're doing is caramelizing, and that comes together with your sauce. Same thing we're gonna do over here with those mushrooms. Okay.
Love it.
So now that guy, I'm gonna say, leave him alone. Go ahead and turn that off.
Love it. And then we'll just press it off.
Okay.
Okay.
And then it tells you it's hot. Okay.
Yeah.
Now
How do you
that's
think
coming
it?
on a little
More?
better. I would say crank that up just a
Think of a-
little bit more.
Okay, we want it more. We want to hear it more.
Yeah. So think of the same as if you were the same action if you were deep frying something, but just in your shallow pan.
Okay.
All right. So
Awesome.
now I would like to know, how is everybody doing? How
Yeah.
are you feeling? Any questions? Any comments? Anything like that? And yet I always keep a towel over my shoulder. Or face, or hand. I don't know about you guys. Since I turned 40, the world's got warmer. I don't know what that's about.
He says, I was just typing about the spinach. Yeah, spinach.
Yeah.
I want to change that.
Yeah, and that's why you do lasagna.
Okay.
Down like that.
Yeah.
Lasagna.
I've done a no bake lasagna. Oh, no, I don't cook the noodles ahead of time. I just put them in and then put a bunch of spinach or any other green, and then a little bit of either like tomato sauce or even a little bit of broth or water, and it'll just hydrate all those noodles out. Yeah, that you just layer the noodles uncooked.
You
And
just
you
saved
absorb it
me.
all.
You should see me in here
I know.
separating.
I know.
Spread
And then they break
out.
apart when you're trying to.
Yeah,
You know?
it's not gonna be perfect.
No.
It's just not going to be.
Yeah.
Okay, we're
That's
rocking and
good.
rolling now. So yes, you have such a cup of oil. I think would have been nice. I just like to look at it a little bit more. But now, if you're nosy like I am.
Oh, and Leah says, I couldn't fit all 3 mushrooms, so it's okay to make in batches.
yeah,
Absolutely. And then Sarah said, I feel like a small piece of cabbage, very good. And I'm not usually, I usually don't like green cabbage, so I'm very happy about this.
I'm so excited for you guys. I'm so excited.
Converting some people to cabbage.
Yeah, but I love that. I think it depends on what part of the South they were in.
Yeah.
So my grandfather was in Alabama, so
Yeah.
greens. My grandmother's in North Carolina, so I think that's what the cabbage was. It's regional in its own little way.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, my grandmother always had cabbage
Cabbage.
going on.
Mm.
Okay, you see how we've got some nice brownies
Okay.
there. I put them just
That's
our
our
potatoes
timer.
done.
I don't know. Should we check them?
I can check it. Yeah,
The timer sometimes goes off and I.
That doesn't mean that we're done. It just means to suggest that we're done.
He's like, look at me.
Yes.
Where we at? Potato?
Oh, that potato's ready. You guys see that? That pork comes in and out.
Mm.
Same thing for the one in foil. Ooh,
Caramel.
You see the caramelization. So,
Okay. Put this over here for a
take that
second.
guy out.
Check your potatoes.
Okay, yeah, that's right. And that pan's still hot.
Ooh.
We're gonna bring our other little friends over
Yeah,
to join
put it
us.
together. And then we got 424. We're doing great. One wine.
You're almost done. You're almost done.
Okay, so you're pointing out
outside.
the awesome crust we got
Yes,
going on here.
Yes, you have a good one. So now what you do on the other side?
One more or no?
A little bit more. Yeah. You want to keep that action going in your pot.
Yeah.
Right there, the sign of action for me.
Yeah, we need
Yeah, we're rocking and rolling, guys.
that. We might just crank it up until we get to the point where we want it, and then I'll move it down.
Not bad at all. Not bad at all.
Has anyone cooked portobello mushrooms like this? I feel like this is perfect.
I was just wondering that. I wonder if anyone else made mushrooms in any way. Have you had them with marinara? The little greasy spoons, like to put them with ranch dressing, things like that.
Mhm. Oh, I think that's the, is that the
There
family
you
one?
go. That's the sound.
Okay.
That's the sound of happiness.
So we want that sizzle. I don't know if you can hear it. I'll put the mic a little closer so you can hear.
There you go. So, marshmallows. Mushrooms don't need that much time. I'm gonna give you about 3 minutes on each side.
Okay.
Because you're trying to give yourself a good color. And we're also leaving a little bit of that oil and flour in the pan. So we're gonna drain some of this oil. But right now you're adding to that flavor of the gravy.
Mm. Jake/Sam says, never like this. Normally I do it in lots of butter and wine. It looks so much better. With so big. So
I got
lot
you,
of
but
oil.
now you're gonna have me check that butter and wine.
I know.
situation
Yeah.
there. Now, once again, I peek sometimes.
Okay.
I do.
With your
So
fork?
that's looking good. Yeah, now because the crumbs is a little hard to piece.
Yeah, oh, okay.
So with my fork, I'm peeking. We're almost done. Almost done. And I may put some one more time
Okay.
to that other side.
Okay.
Because it's a color preference for me.
Yeah.
That's all.
Ooh, yeah. Desiree, this looks so good.
Thank you. All right, you're almost done. Maybe reduce your heat a
Okay,
little bit.
reduce it.
Yeah.
So she flips them back again just so they get a little bit more color.
Yep, that's all. We're trying to make that flour get brown for me. That's
Yeah.
all.
And you were saying, make sure you leave the oil that we're using because we're going to use it
Yeah,
for
we're
the
gonna
gravy.
take we're gonna take all of it out except for maybe a tablespoon.
Okay, okay.
Now, just getting a plate ready to take those guys out.
Cool. You might need, if you're going to take some of the oil out, you might need another glass bowl or something.
Oven safe bowl. Anything you put in the microwave is good enough to hold the hot oil. Because your microwave is literally moving, so
This
it
one
can
might be
handle it.
good. I think you got this one already, sir.
Yes, yep, that's actually okay. So now what I'm gonna say, guys, because we're gonna cook a little bit more. So we're gonna take it. Well, I like to
put them back
you're
in
gonna
the
put them back in there,
gravy.
right? So it's okay to take them out now because they have a good color.
So they're waiting for it to look a little tanner and
Yeah.
like,
You're just getting a little tan on them. I like the way you talk. A little tan on it. Now be very, very careful.
they're too hot.
And what you're gonna do is take out. See that? I'm gonna leave that much oil in there. And I'm gonna use
Couple
something.
tablespoons.
That's it. Maybe one, maybe two. And then I stick it in the bowl. If I need a little more, I can get some more.
Okay.
Wipe your pan before you put that back down there. Okay.
Cool.
Okay. Now come in with a tablespoon of flour.
Ooh, and sizzle
And
it.
you could even use the same flour that we used to bread the mushrooms, your leftover flour. Totally good enough. If not, use some other. Now another
A couple tablespoons.
yes, that's all.
Okay.
Use your wood because we're scraping. Okay?
Okay.
So that's why I always try to go with wood. And you can say plastic. It's the way I feel. So now we're cooking the flour.
So you poured out most of the oil, left a couple tablespoons, and then some of the leftover breading, you just put into here.
Yep. And if you don't have any leftover breading, that's fine. Come in with a tablespoon or two of flour.
Okay.
So now we're scraping up all those tasty bits from the bottom. And then you're cooking that flour. So let's say give this a couple minutes, okay? We're now, you know what's funny about this now? If we were in France or if we were Creole cooking or something like that, we're making a roux.
Yeah.
R-O-U-X. We're
Yeah.
making a roux.
Yeah.
And that just means let that go ahead and cook up and get a little bit brown on you. You see how it's slowly and scrape that pan.
Cool. Get all the little drippings.
Now at the last minute, turn it up just a little bit.
Okay, do that.
Because you're going to, that's where the action happens when it comes to the flour meeting that broth.
Okay.
And it's not going to be a terrible, now this is not your heavy duty Thanksgiving gravy. This is just a little moisture, a little flavor.
Okay.
That's it. So now you guys, your salt and pepper, right? Take that salt and pepper and give yourself a pinch of those. So literally, guys, like
pinch.
literally you can come in and pinch, okay?
Okay.
Now, be professional. Use your spoons if you got them.
That's okay.
My
Okay,
God.
home. Which they are. Pinchable, salt and pepper.
Now, is this table salt?
It's sea salt. So it doesn't have that. It's not iodized.
It looks like sea salt. Let me see how brown you've gotten.
So we increased the temperature a little bit, and so now we're seeing it's a little darker now.
And we're using sea salt. I try to use a little less of that, like table salt and sea salt. All of that's different. Okay.
So you kind of make sure it doesn't go too dark.
Right. So right there, that nice brown is good enough. Slowly, while stirring, slowly.
So that was just a cup of water with the 2 tablespoons of broth powder.
Yeah, that's all. And so now
we gave you a lot more. We didn't know how much gravy you might want, so we're they can do as much as they like.
So now let that cook for another minute.
Ooh, and we want these bubbles, right?
Yes,
Oh,
let
this is
those
what
bubbles
we're
as we're cooking and thickening up there.
Okay.
So just keep scraping your plate. Go nice and
So
slow.
beautiful.
The color is just crazy.
So good.
So now what I do is turn it off
Okay.
and then put them back in.
Okay.
Put the mushrooms back in, gill sides down.
Gill side down. Okay.
And any juices you have in your plate,
Mm-hmm.
just like if you had a good steak sitting there, we
Okay.
want those flavors.
And then they're kind of sitting.
Yep, just sitting there. And then I take my spoon and I kind of
Oh.
splash it.
Splash them.
A spoon would do well for this. Just getting a little bit on top. That looks pretty good. All right.
So you make sure they're a little saturated.
I'll leave that there. Yep. Just to make sure you got a little bit on top.
that.
And now
Mhm.
this is a good time to season it. You say, oh, I need a pinch of salt.
Mhm.
Ooh, right now would be the time for
Okay.
that. Presentation plate. How we going to do?
And can we do the compound butter real quick?
Yes, yes, yes.
So I've got a
Okay, so now, sweet potatoes. Yes, they use the word sweet potato, but some people like salt and pepper. Some people like garlic powder. I'm a butter and sugar girl. I need my sugar. So we're gonna go sugar and cinnamon. Okay.
And then we gave you a lot of cinnamon, so you probably don't need it all.
No. So here,
Um,
let me clear this out real quick.
And
Real quick
then
and fast.
do you want me to get you a bowl?
I have a small one over here. You left me
Okay.
a small pile of bowls. So just
Cool.
not my little.
Look at it, guys. Have you guys made your gravy?
So we're gonna let that sit there. Now soften butter.
Okay.
If your butter is not soft, microwave, 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Not that long.
Yeah.
Just a couple seconds.
So a
Okay?
little bowl.
Right. And now here's my special tool of a fork again.
Okay. But we give you guys a little bit more brown sugar than you probably will need to, depending.
Yes, depending on how you feel about it. So now we're just
Mashing it.
smashing it a little bit. And then when it comes in here. I will.
I'm gonna scoot you back here so everybody can see.
I'm gonna come back in with my teaspoon.
Okay, a teaspoon of brown sugar, a little heaping teaspoon.
A heaping, yes.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna come in with actually the half for the cinnamon. So
Half
you guys got
teaspoon
that
cinnamon?
half teaspoon of cinnamon to your teaspoon
Brown sugar.
of brown sugar. Okay,
That's great. Ooh.
there you go. And salted butter.
Yeah.
And it's like use salt. Why salted butter? Salt complements sugar so well you wouldn't believe.
does.
If you had any baker's recipe, there's a pinch of salt in there.
Yes.
Okay, because that salt makes that sugar extra sugary.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good word. Okay, so now I sometimes just turn my fork.
Sarah said, can you repeat the cinnamon and sugar quantity? So we did half a teaspoon
Half a teaspoon
of
of cinnamon,
cinnamon, and
1 teaspoon of brown sugar.
1 teaspoon, and then we're just using that half stick of butter.
Yep, which is 4 tablespoons, I believe. So now
Look at that!
mixy. Wow. You know, you're a great kitchen companion. My
Aw.
husband's like this. He's like, honey, you're green onions. I'm like,
I'm a cheerleader. I'll cheer for you. You want to cheer together? Yeah, I'll cheer for you.
you know, put your butter. Yellow.
Yeah.
It's probably margarine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Real butter is actually a pale yellow.
Mhm.
So keep going until it's nice and got a big bottle. You're just in the room right there. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So now your cabbage is coming along. I hope you should be close.
Yeah,
Very,
your
very
cabbage should be
close.
probably done by now.
That guy's sitting
Look at the
there.
color on this.
Now see where that you got a little
It's
shine.
golden
Now
brown.
since we use this oil, that good oil, you see has a little
Yeah.
shine in there. The only thing I might say, do extra here. Come in with the parsley. Come in with the
Yes.
cilantro.
Ooh.
Come in with the green onion. Anything just to give that extra color there.
Mhm.
So what are you? To your refrigerators, my friends.
This one, the door is a little strong.
Come in, your refrigerator's open.
Yeah.
You can close all the way.
Oh my God.
All right, guys.
Okay,
Nice
look at this
and
beauty.
jelly. Yes.
We got a special plate for you.
Yes.
I got one right here. Just a moment. Get your plate. It's almost time.
It's almost time. Wait, this is around the time where all my kids have to go potty because you have to go past the kitchen.
Yeah.
So every kid from 16 on down to 3 suddenly has to go potty once to get to this part.
Okay.
Okay.
They're like, oh, I gotta check it out.
Oh yeah. Now
So-
you know what? A small bowl,
You got it.
a tiny bowl.
Like something
Because
like
since
this.
your salad's cold, yes. Since your salad's cold, I say put that in a bowl. Like salad, I don't really like it when people put their cold dishes on there with their hot ones because it affects it.
Barry's like, how many bathrooms do you have?
I have two bathrooms.
They choose the one near the kitchen.
And they choose the one in the kitchen. So we have a nice big family bathroom that's in the hallway.
Uh-huh.
No, you want to come all the way to the kitchen, which is technically the other side of my master bathroom.
Yes, because I gotta take a look.
Yes. So get your salad on your plate. And
My
then-
dad was one of 13, so he always talks about the intricacies of mealtime with that many siblings.
People are like, you have all those kids and you cook and sell food. It's no big deal.
Amazing.
Come on over for dinner.
Amazing.
And that's what my supper club is. Basically, you're eating with me. This isn't a restaurant. So like if you were part of my supper club, it would be just like you did today. You would pay whatever fee for your ticket and then I feed you.
Oh. And so if you're interested, feel free to, I'd be happy to share.
Yes,
your
and I'm
email.
going to after this, I'm going to go actually back to the page for this and then add
Yes.
some information to
Yes.
the common ground page of this one.
Yes. And if there's anybody that ever wants to be a part of the supper club, you just be happy to connect you with Desiree. Oh my gosh, Desiree. Look at this. It's
There.
amazing.
Get yourself a little gravy on there.
The color.
Okay. Get yourself a little gravy. Put this back over here. And I'm
Amazing.
gonna take my little friend in the foil here.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Now that's how the restaurants do it.
Oh my gosh.
Swish.
It's so moist. Oh. Amazing. Oh, look at how beautiful. Look at how beautiful. Hmm. How are you guys doing? Is it time for you to plate out? Oh yeah, Jake says, how can we get in on your supper club? I'll make sure to share Desiree's contact information with you
Oh
guys.
yeah, I've got some ideas, guys. Gonna get it in.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make sure I sell. Well, my email's very easy.
Okay.
My official group is called Soco Kitchen. So the business,
Loco
the supper club
Kitchen.
is Soco Kitchen. It's just to help people build up their pantry. So we do a lot of grocery shopping.
Yeah.
We're in-perks members, things
Mm.
like that. So my email is SOCO, which is SOCO, NWI, because I'm from Northwest Indiana, @gmail.com. So SOCO, NWI @gmail.com. And this is why I say always keep lots of clean towels, your hands, your
Yeah.
face, mistakes, messes. Like there are times when you drop something on the floor, don't stop, throw your towel down there and just keep going. You'll be
Yeah.
okay. All right, guys.
Okay, any last questions before we let you guys enjoy dinner?
Yeah.
We're so glad that you guys, oh, Aaliyah says, we remove the old oil from the pan before making the roux. Yeah, if you don't mind pouring off some of your oil, but leaving like about 3 tablespoons.
Yes.
And then a couple tablespoons of flour, or any of that leftover dry mixture from your portobello mushrooms.
Yeah. And you don't have to necessarily lift your pan like I did. Again, that's the way I do things.
Yeah.
You can take your pan here. Let's just do the trick. You can take, say if this was your oil, tip it. Use a spoon and take some of the oil out. You only need maybe 2 tablespoons to go with that 2 tablespoons of flour.
Mhm.
Just to make that gravy. So we're going between 2 and 3 tablespoons. Just to make, I would say, what's that? About a cup of gravy.
Yeah, cup.
I would say that's about a cup.
And then you added a little pinch of salt and pepper.
Yep.
And we're just heating the flour up a little bit in the oil, and then once it started to get brown, you brought the temperature up, added the broth, and then let that kind of simmer for a little bit, and then we added the portobellos back in.
That's it. And then also, some people who, you say, well, next time I want it to be a little bit crunchy, and just put your gravy on the side. You get a little dipping cup or something like that. It's just that I love the way, well, when we do it this way, we call it smothered. So if someone says, hey, I'm making smothered chicken or smothered pork chop or even smothered cauliflower steak, that's all it means. You put the gravy on top, you smother it. You know, that's all that means. So we even do this with potatoes. We even take, like make that gravy, take a potato, smash him, put him in the gravy. Bam! You're done for the potatoes, you know?
I think you guys gotta try some of the amazing. You wanna try?
Yeah. Wait, the best part, guys. So here we're gonna cut. Okay.
Yeah. Cheers, Desiree. Thank you for an amazing meal.
Thank you.
I hope you guys enjoy a lovely dinner.
That's what we're going back.
You guys, that's amazing.
That's where I'm going back.
Mm. Oh, thank you, Sam and Jake. Thank you, Aaliyah.
So glad you guys were here.
Thank you, guys. Sorry about the sound in the beginning. I'm glad we figured it out. I finally realized the Bluetooth wasn't set up. Thank you guys so much for joining.
I hope you enjoy yourself. I absolutely love this. If you want to talk to me, if you have suggestions, that's more paprika. Set me back.
I know.
Oh, I'm not good. I know I have someone to carry right now.
Emily and Sarah. Yeah. And yeah, keep us posted if you want Desiree's email. I put that in the chat. And then I'm teaching a fermentation class. So if you're interested in making sauerkraut or preserved lemons or learning different ways to ferment.
I'm going to preserve lemons.
So good.
I don't even know what I'm using it.
It's super salty. You basically you salt whole lemons and then you submerge it in more salt and more lemon juice, and you wait a few weeks, and then for like 6 weeks, and basically you can eat the rinds. You can chop it up. It's perfect in marinades or in salad dressings when you want something that's like lemony and salty.
Shut the door. That'd be a
Really
great
good.
dressing.
Yeah, it's
Even
gonna
the
rice dishes.
combinatory, guys. You could have put that on there.
Yeah. So if you're interested in teaching it with a local farmer,
Oh,
she's also an amazing fermenter and culinary cook. So that's going to be November 12th. So I think a lot of you guys have the option to sign up for our cooking class email list. So, but if you're ever interested in coming to other classes, we've also are starting to do more in-person classes. We'll start those again up in the new year. But yeah, we're so glad you guys came. I hope you have a wonderful dinner.
and thank you for just the confidence, because sometimes it's like we don't care about food. So common ground, and everybody here, you help me to remember that. Don't stop.
Yeah.
People want to hear it. People want to see it. Don't
do.
stop. Keep
They
going.
do. And I feel like we all learned something amazing.
Don't stop believing. So yeah, I will not stop believing.
Oh,
People of Chambana help me realize that yes, food is important, and yes, they want to know, and I'm totally here for it, guys. Like I want to teach you grocery store stuff. I want you know what you can do with a rotisserie chicken? We're gonna find out. You can
I love that.
tacos.
We're gonna have to do another class.
Yeah, or maybe make it fast, quick and healthy. Or oh my goodness, now hold on. I tip cultures a little bit. Okay, so growing up in Gary, Indiana, Greeks, Mexicans, Asians, etc. I can make a mean General Tso's chicken, but it can be a General Tso's cauliflower. It could be a General Tso's broccoli. You get where that goes? I want everyone to stop thinking everything has such boundaries. If you can do it to meat, you can do it to a vegetable. Stop it. Whatever you want to do can be done.
And
Okay,
let's
I
see.
can't wait.
Jake said, "Thank you. This was wonderful, and it smells amazing." Leah says, "Bravo, thank you." Mary says, "Thank you. No problem." I think those are the smoked paprika. And then William says, "Great class, thank you." Nicole, "Thank you both. It's delicious." Smiley face. Jake / Sam, "Learned so much from this. Thank you." Emily and Caleb, "Thanks, y'all. Thank you guys so much."
You guys are rock.
You are wonderful. Yeah, well, yeah, it is, yeah. And yeah, we'll keep you posted. But yeah, I'm really grateful to you.
And I'm
Thank you.
you have no idea. You're Wait, we're COVID friendly here.
Yeah, it's just us in the classroom. We've been careful.
Yeah, and Miss Sarah, she's an awesome woman. I had her, we talked through Zoom.
Yeah.
My kids are in the background waving,
Yeah.
and she immediately went, hi. Like she just sunshine. And I said, when I asked the kids, because we don't talk to many people because
Yeah.
of a lot of things.
Totally.
And I said, why'd you want to talk to Miss Sarah? They said, she sounds like a teacher. She's awesome.
Oh.
So I had to tell you that. They said, you sounded like a
that's
teacher.
sweet.
And then my daughter said, I love her glasses. I can't remember what glasses you were wearing that day.
Yeah, these ones.
But she said that was, I thought so. She said, I love her glasses. So, Miss Sarah here.
Well, that's good.
Take your kids a common ground,
feel-
a safe space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're lucky to have all these amazing teachers and home cooks and people willing to share their favorite recipes and you know.
And I want to send a shout out to the people who came before me in watching your videos and thinking, oh, this is a safe place. So thank you to all the cooks who did this before me, because watching you is what makes me think, I want to do it too. I want to try.
So if there's anyone out there that's looking to cook in the new year, we're booking up teachers. And you just contact me. You've got my email and
In a very friendly environment. If you're scared, don't be. I was scared to pieces. That's like you see me go off to the side and sweating bullets. No. This is like being at home. People are waving.
yeah.
Oh, the kitchen is fully stocked. Come, I want to learn something.
Yeah.
Miss Paprika, come
Miss-
tell us.
yeah, Mary.
Yeah. So
Aw.
it's good.
Oh my gosh, Kayla, you're awesome. She said, thank you. I've never wanted cabbage so much.
Shut up. Okay. Yeah. Today's a good day. I'm feeling what's going on here. Oh wait, as the kids would say, I'm feeling myself.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. Well, you should be proud. You did a great job.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
And well, we'll let you guys enjoy dinner and thank you guys so much. If you ever wanted to share this with any friends, after a couple of days, we'll post it on our recipe pages. We also, if there's any previous classes that you weren't able to make, we have the recordings that you can watch if you like, or if you want just the recipes. Some of the cultural cuisine classes that we have, we sometimes source special ingredients from other local grocery stores, like Bombay Market, or the last Nigerian class, we went to Ashar African Market, which is just on Cunningham. That was an amazing. It was an amazing experience. Buying barracuda fish from there. That was awesome. We're humble to say that we have some things that we don't have, and we'll find sources from it other places. But all of these came from Common Ground. So thank you guys for supporting us, and we're really excited to continue to do more amazing cultural cuisine. So we'll keep you posted if we're planning another class in the new year. So we'll keep you informed. But guys, thank you guys so much.
No, it was great. Thank you.
Have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and thanks for choosing to have dinner with us. And yeah, we'll see you soon.
I know.
All right, we'll let you go. See you guys later.
Oh, that's so awesome. Miss Sarah, you